Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It is Friday, August 11th, 2017. People, I have to say this, and I mean this. I am sad to see what is happening to the US dollar again today. Something I have been talking about for months upon months upon months upon months, and it's only getting worse. The Labor Department reported today that the Consumer Price Index, yet again, demonstrates that the Federal Reserve is continuing to get it wrong with regard to getting their inflation targets or hitting their inflation targets. Now, as I am doing this, the dollar is getting hammered. Not only is the dollar getting hammered, there's something else going on too. Cash is moving its way back into the bond market with the 10-year yield right now, as I am doing this, at 2.19. Let's outline some of this just real quick because it's actually very interesting. Generally, historically, the US dollar has been a safety trade. Okay, things go wrong, people rush into the dollar. Well, when President Trump made the comment with regarding fire and fury, remember that? It kind of rocked the stock market. The dollar actually fell. Generally, you would expect to see the dollar gain in value. Now, that's huge to me. And I want you to think about that. The dollar, generally thought of as a safe haven, is no longer a safe haven. But what did happen when President Trump made that statement, gold and silver really did take off. Again, as a trader, you cannot predict these geopolitical events, and sometimes they'll catch you on the wrong side of that trade, but that's part of the risk of this business. I didn't want to get into it, but I just figured I would throw it out here. So here's the issue, people. Being that the Federal Reserve, and this is about the dollar once again, is not hitting their inflation targets, something I think the loudest voice out here about for months and months. And despite me telling people exactly what was going to happen to the dollar, I kept getting hammered with emails. Greg, you're wrong about the dollar. And I still get it. It's insane. How many of you remember, I mean, for months, me saying the dollar was going to keep dropping with no end in sight? We did get a little bounce. Remember I said there was going to be a bounce? Well, we got that bounce, but now it seems that the dollar is again falling under pressure, and that pressure is going to continue, especially in light of the fact that the Fed cannot hit their inflation targets no matter what they're trying to do. And the reason why they're not hitting their inflation targets is because our economy is dead in the water. Cash is not moving through our economy, and I can't stand it anymore when I sit there and listen to the mainstream financial channels trying to convince you that we're in an economic recovery here. It's got to be the biggest lie being spewed out of the mouths of these individuals in the history of what has recovered. Well, we've had a nice recovery in the stock market. It's been epic. And housing too, on the back of a debt bubble. Okay, this is Alan Greenspan talking, not just Greg Mannarino anymore. Alan, I know you watch my videos because you mimic everything I say lately. I saw you again on CNBC. You still didn't contact me, but I'm waiting for the phone call. Anyway, look. The dollar is dying right before our eyes. The Federal Reserve is going to continue to drop the hammer on this poor dollar. You see the little sad face? Look at the sad face I made. You see that? Yep, right there. You can expect this to get much, much worse moving forward here, and that means your life is about to get much harder. It's insane how the Federal Reserve thinks that by forcing you to pay more for everything, that your life is just going to get better. Does that make any sense to you? Think about it. Think about how absolutely bizarre that is. The Federal Reserve wants you to pay more for everything. And how are they going to do that? By killing the dollar. And they think that's just going to make you smile. Like this. Oh, yeah, great. I'm losing my purchasing power. I'm just so happy about it. Do you think there's something wrong with that? I would love to hear from you, and I promise to read the comments. How many of you, here's my question, how many of you out here think you will be happier paying more for things? I just can't see that being a positive. But obviously the Federal Reserve thinks that's a positive, because they're determined to hit these targets. They're determined to hammer the dollar. The poor said dollar. The poor said dollar. Maybe we'll all sing a song. The poor said dollar keeps getting crushed by the Federal Reserve with no freaking end in sight. Let's all sing it together now. I forgot what I said, but something along those lines. You can come up with something on your own. All right, look. With that said, I'm going to let you all go. It's Friday. I hope you have a really great weekend, a safe weekend. That's it. I'm going to let you go, like I said. I really think I'm losing my mind. Make up songs like this. Anyway, all right, with that said, I'll see you Monday.